And you only get 14 packets.
Yep.
Yeah.
So pumpkin spice, guys, even if you don't like it, I highly recommend getting a box, buying it under your spouse's account, and doing giveaways with it. Last time, customers didn't even get to order it. It literally sold out. Coaches ordered it, and it was like.
And weren't you only able to order like 4 boxes?
Yeah.
Because I remember I was teaching, which it's going to happen again this year. It's my second day of personal development.
Oh shit!
And I had sent to Jenna. I was like, Jenna, you might need to buy me a box.
Yeah. Let me know because I can.
Yeah, I won't. I'll be working too.
I'm gonna put Chris in charge of it.
It will go off at noon, right?
Share a cart.
Depends. I mean, who the hell knows? They friggin' set things off random ass times. Let me just post this in the group real quick. So, yeah, so Pumpkin Spice Shakeology, September 3rd. Gonna do a MailChimp about it as well.
I did one if you want to copy it.
You shared it.
What?
You shared it, I think I saw.
I did, right?
Yeah. Okay. I need to pull that video up real quick. Let me do something. So we are going to be kind of changing the way we do things with our calls in a good way. This is recording. Okay. And give me one second. Okay, so coming back from Summit, I'm going to repeat myself from the last call. Amanda and I, one thing we took away was stepping up as leaders. So Amanda has been a coach for what, 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
5 years. I've been a coach for probably 6 years next month. And we both have downline coaches who are working the business. So on Sundays, she does a call with her personally sponsored coaches. And on Sundays, I'm going to be starting doing calls with my personally sponsored coaches as like a team call, but it's going to be a planning call. And it's going to help us, instead of planning the entire month, yes, we want to know what's going on in our month to come, but we're going to be planning out the week. And it's going to be a way for like Amy and Kate and Ariane and everybody who's my personally sponsored coaches and their downline to work together to work on Instagram stories, what we're posting, what we're going to be talking about, and for us to work together to all make stories that we can all use. So you guys can step up as leaders as well and start learning how to do that and get in the habit of doing it and get better at doing it. So, she does hers at 8 a.m. on Sundays. I will probably be doing the same thing, just so it's not too freaking early, but also you have our Sunday call and you can go on with the rest of your Sunday. I do realize it is Sunday, but this is a business. And if we are coaches who want to work this business and build this business, then you guys have to commit to 30 minutes of planning our weeks ahead. And this is also going to help you commit to getting on a call. And then we're going to be able to have our weeks planned. And it's not like, oh, I didn't do it. I'll do it later tonight. And then it's Monday and then it's Tuesday. And then I'll just do it next week. I'm guilty of it. So I know everybody else does it too. So you can't say no. So this is a way for us to start the week strong, meet up on a Sunday, kind of reset, refocus, and for me to help you guys plan out for your stories and your posts and all of that. And then as far as like our one-on-one calls, we talked about this on the last call a little bit too, but for those who aren't on, if you are my personally sponsored coach or you don't have a personally sponsored coach and I'm your upline, then when we get on one-on-one calls, I'm going to have kind of like a checklist and a structured schedule of what our calls are going to be like so I can help you guys hit Success Club and build your business quicker and more efficiently, because there's just too much of like we're going over the same thing over and over and over again on a lot of one-on-one calls and nothing is changing. Nobody's rank advancing. Nobody's hitting Success. Not like nobody's hitting Success Club, but we're not hitting Success Club like we should. We've been a team for almost 6 years and we need to grow. So this is going to be a way for us to step up and start really making this business into a business. And if you are on this call and you're like, well, I don't want it to be a business, then I don't know why you're on this call. So we would need to reevaluate all of that. Truth bomb. Sorry.
And just to kind of like piggyback off what Jenna was saying. So the way that I do it with my team and my downline is that I teach them something. And then, so like, let's say, for example, the first thing that I talk to them about is like their 9 squares, like I had you guys do a couple weeks ago. So if I teach that to like Samantha on a Tuesday, the next Tuesday that I talk to her, I'm going to ask her, how are you doing with your 9 squares? How are you doing finding people? And if she's still like, I'm having a hard time, I'm not comfortable with it, then I'm not going to move forward and teach her anything else, because that does me no good and that does your business no good if you are still stuck on the first thing that I'm trying to teach you. Right. And that's kind of how Jenna would, right? Like that's how what you would do too. So like if she teaches you something, be honest with her and tell her you're not ready to move on, because it's not going to do you any good if you're learning how to do a MailChimp and Instagram stories and this, and it's all half-assed, right, and you're not implementing anything correctly.
Right. So. Yeah, especially like if you aren't messaging people and aren't posting and you're not hitting Success Club, you don't have a customer list, then why you want to learn how to do MailChimp? Like, right. So, yeah,
like be honest with your upline. Your upline is not going to eat your face if you tell them that like you didn't message. Jess, I'm going to blow up your spot for a second. Jess has a really hard time messaging people. So when I ask her how many people she messaged, she'll be like, I mean, it used to be like, I'm not going to lie, it was 0. And now it's like, I'm not going to lie, I did like 1. I'm not going to lie, I did like 2. So like she's getting somewhat better, but that's an area that she struggles with because she's nervous. She's, scared, like everybody is in the beginning, right? But that's something that I know that I have to work with her as her upline coach. I have to work on her self-esteem. I got to work on her confidence with it and have her just kind of bite the bullet and take the shot. But, yeah. But yeah, so like you just got to be honest with your upline so that we know where we need to help you grow, you know?
Yeah. So like on those one-on-one calls, if you need help messaging people, we're going to sit there and we're going to message people on that call. Not going to say, we'll go message people when we get off. Like, no, we're going to do it now. Because that is the kind of structure and push I needed to build my business. Because there were times where I wasn't messaging people either. I had people coming to me because of my posts, but then months would happen that, guess what? Nobody was coming to me and I wasn't having any conversations with people and I wasn't hitting Success Club. I wasn't making a paycheck and that wasn't going to fly. So you really have to be clear on what your goals are and be honest with what work are you and are you not putting into this business. Oh, thank you, Caitlin. I can't help but stare at your lashes. I appreciate that. Hopefully in Outer Banks has places that do eyelashes because it's the one thing I do for myself. I Google places. Outer Banks is not Florida.
If you move south, busy. You have to understand it's not like up north. It is not.
But Outer Banks, where we're moving, is literally a transplant state. Everybody from there is from New Jersey. It's freaky.
Just be ready to travel.
There's really nowhere to travel. You literally, if you're traveling, you're going away for the weekend somewhere. But okay, so thank you, Caitlin. I'm going to share a video with you, and it is from Jamie Fitzpatrick. He was in the top 10. He's a male, very successful coach, both him and his wife, Kim Fitzpatrick. And it's very basic video of him talking about how to hit Success Club in the last week of the month where we are at, because it is non-negotiable. So I'm going to share my screen. So please just make sure everybody is watching. Literally, I watched it before because I wanted to make sure it was a call like that I wanted to share with you guys. And he was talking about following up, and I went and followed up like 8 people.
And as we're looking at, so the other thing that Jen and I were talking about is that, so on Tuesdays, our 8:00 calls will be like a team personal development training time. So we'll come together as 2 different teams, 2 different downlines, working together to work on, because I feel like that's the one thing that a lot of people don't do is personal development. Yeah. And I'm guilty of it, which is kind of ironic because I'm a teacher, but regardless. So when we're going through this and we're watching stuff, like you should have either your phone out in front of you to just like take a couple bulleted notes or like a piece of paper or a notepad or something, so that after that we're going to talk about like takeaways from the call and like what you can use to implement this and like a plan of action.
Right.
So
like don't be messaging people during the call. Like be listening to
be
what.
present.
Right. Thank you. Be present. Okay. And I love Jamie. He's awesome. He's from Canada, eh?
What? Why don't you become a coach?
On up because I was listening to it. So he's so funny. If you knew this guy in person, like he is literally the nicest guy. Him and his wife both work the corporate world, and they have amazing stories. If you don't know their stories, you need to go listen to Kim Fitzpatrick's story. Real quick, her mom literally died. She had cancer when she got pregnant with her. Found out she had cancer, and then I believe she died very shortly after she gave birth or during giving birth. I forget what it was, but she's awesome. So her story, like her whole thing is her story started before she even had a heartbeat, which is so amazing. All right, so I'm gonna play it, and then we will go from there.
Well,
I can't hear anything.
Right now, at the time of this recording, top male coach in the company, 2016. Why am I that? Because our coaches kick ass, our team kicks ass, they work very hard, and they take their business serious. And they hit Success Club most times rather than not. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, how do you hit Success Club the last week of the month? Well, you don't want to be put in this scenario. The whole goal is to hit Success Club your first week, especially by the middle of the month. You want to be hitting Success Club 5 or 10. Why? Because it moves your business forward. That is the bottom line. If you can help 3 to 5 people every month, that's going to keep the ball rolling. It's going to keep your business moving. You're going to have clients in your challenge groups. Some of those clients are going to turn into fantastic coaches, and that is the cycle. Success Club 5, Success Club 10, put them in your amazing challenge group where you connect with people, you help them get healthy, fit. More than anything, you help them have the energy to deal with life, and you get the spark back in their life, and those people fall in love with the program, the product, and they turn into coaches, and the cycle just repeats themselves. So in this training video, we're going to talk about the last week of the month. What if you get to that last week of the month and you're at 0? Maybe you're at 2. Maybe you're at 4. How do you get over that hump, that last week to hit Success Club? Here are the major things that you have to do. And if you're committed to this business, like really committed, if you're all in on this business, Success Club 5 should be a non-negotiable. I know you hear that a lot, but it's the truth, non-negotiable. What does that exactly mean? It means you refuse to not hit Success Club. And there's...
Oh no! Why did it stop moving? Logan's playing Xbox. That mother heifer. Logan! I hate him so much sometimes. Like, beyond hate. That's a really bad face for Jamie. Let me refresh it. I swear to God, him and
what?
Fortnite bull donkey.
It's all mindset.
I have to figure out.
You hear that a lot, but it's the truth, non-negotiable. What does that exactly mean? It means you refuse to not hit Success Club. And there's a lot of power in that. And that's the first point I want to give you is it's all mindset. This whole business, life in general, is about mindset. You need to believe you can do it. And I don't want to talk about personal development in this video because that's not necessarily what it's about, but that is the key, personal development. Keep your brain sharp. It's all about belief. If you believe that you can do something, it is so much easier to actually do it. So have the mindset this last week, I'm going to do it. I don't care if you have to do, verbal, what do we call them? Verbal, help me, someone help me. I'm on here alone. How can you help me? What do you call them? Cantations? I don't know. Like, I will hit Success Club. Wake up in the morning. I will hit Success Club. I will find people who want to join my challenge group. I will connect with people. I will help 3 more people this week. You need to believe that it's going to happen and it will. So that's the first thing with mindset. Get the negative talk out of your head. You will hit Success Club. You will find someone today that will purchase a challenge pack from you because they need your help and they know that you will help them because you connected on them at that level and you can appreciate what they're going through. Maybe you've been in their shoes. You know what it's like to be 50 pounds overweight. You know what it's like to feel terrible. So that's what you have to connect with. Start with mindset. Second point, 2, follow-ups. You need to follow up with every frickin' buddy on your list. Every messenger conversation you had, whatever form of tracking and list you are using, follow up with those people. Hey, Jill, got a challenge group coming up on September 18th. Would love for you to be in there. I know you've been thinking about it for a while. We got a couple spots left. I believe you can do this. I want you to commit to this program because I know at the end, you're going to absolutely love it. This is changing lives daily. I want yours to be next. You have to message people, reach out to them. Listen, don't feel guilty about it. These programs we know work. Do not feel guilty. You actually could change their life. I think people forget that. They feel like you're selling them something. Of course, everything in this life costs something, but you're selling them the opportunity and the chance to be happy again. That is huge. And you never know when you reach out and follow up with these people when they're ready. Some people will watch you for a year. They'll watch you for 2 years. And then you never know when they're finally sick and tired of hitting that low point. You do a follow-up with them and they're like, boom, I'm in. I want this. I need this. Let's do it. At that point, they don't even care what it costs. They just know they need it from in here. So follow up with everyone. You got to go on a mission of follow-ups the last week, like 30 a day, 50 a day. Just keep going. You have to follow up with these people because the answer is never no. It's just not right now. And that right now could be now when you follow up with them. Okay. Incentives is sometimes a good way. You may offer someone who buys a challenge pack before X date, offer them a small incentive. I don't know, maybe it's a Shakeology cup. Maybe you've got some extra packets of Shakeology sample. Maybe it's whatever. Maybe it's a personal development book that you have from somewhere. Offer some incentive. Say, hey, the next 2 people who sign up with me this week to come in our accountability group, I'm going to send you this. Sometimes those are the smallest things that can help people. Maybe you're going to run something on your page. On Facebook where you're going to talk about your challenge group and then you're going to offer something at the end. That's a great way to do it, is offer some kind of incentive for people. Okay. Numero 3, green lighting. Okay. If you're not sure what green lighting is, I'm going to post the video and exactly what it is above here or maybe below, depending on where we're at and where we're shooting this or putting this. Green lighting on Facebook. On the side, you've got everyone who's online. There's a little green light beside them. You know they're on there watching their computer at that time because the green light's on. Message them, a great intro, because you don't want to come across as, hey, you're out of shape, I need you in my group. What you want to say to them is, hey, I don't know if you've been following what I've been doing lately. I'm trying to help people get healthy. I love it. I'm enjoying it. It's a passion of mine. How would you like it don't say that. Say, if you know anybody that might be interested in joining my next accountability group, I'd love for you to let them know. And that's a great way to get into it. And then a lot of times those people reach out to you and say, listen, I'm kind of interested. So that's Facebook green lighting. Referrals. Guys, don't be ashamed of referrals. You have people in your accountability group or people who've bought challenge packs. Reach out to them. Ask them, hey, do you have any friends that want to join you on this next group that we're doing? Reach out to old people who have purchased in the past. Ask them for referrals. Say, hey, did you enjoy it? Do you love it? You want to bring someone along? Ask for referrals. This is all stuff you got to just ramp up in this last week to hit Success Club. But it works, you guys. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've directly asked people, hey, do you have any friends or family that want to do this? Let me get back to you. And they get back to me with someone who wants to do it. Because especially people who sign up for the first time, they're a little worried. They want to have a friend come along with them. Trust me, they do. You need to put that bug in their ear. Why not help 2 or 3 of your friends along with them? The occasionally thing that's even happened is I've asked that before for referrals from people. And they're like, yeah, actually I've got like 3, 4, 5 people. Ding, ding, ding. Guess what? Why don't you become a coach? You can sign those people up yourself. And that's how you develop coaches, because they've got a big network of people. They get a little commission. They get the bug. They love the program. It all goes from there. So those are the kind of the avenues you can take them down. Last but not least, on your Facebook page, I say this all the time. If you really want some traction, tell your why and make sure it's deep. No pageant wise, no surface wise. People are only going to connect with you and resonate with you if they feel what you're feeling. Maybe they've been in that position. So tell your why on Facebook. Tell it. Tell your story. Tell where you've came from. Tell how these programs have helped you. And then at the very end, do some form of call to action where you're telling your why, you're telling how you've gotten out of, whatever funk you were in, how these programs have really turned your life around. And then say, I'm looking for 5 ladies, men, whatever. I'm looking for 5 people that I want to take under my wing. I'm starting my next accountability group. I'd love for you to come along with this and let me help you through this, because I want you to feel the way I do now, because it's just turned my life around. Okay? Those are some tips to hit Success Club. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of times in our team we have, so many coaches in the last week just fire it up and amp it up, and they start to laser focus and they hit Success Club. So these are the things we generally talk about. Go get it, you guys. Hit Success Club. At the end of the day, it's not about a number. It's not about SC5. It's not about SC10. It's about helping people. And if you're helping people, you feel good in here and you're growing your business. All right? Have an awesome day, everybody.
I love him. I want to hang out with them. All right. So for me, I'll just give you some of my takeaways. Following up is key. So of course, I've been doing this for 6 years. I have a lot of people I've talked to over the last 6 years, people who I still have following me. Like he even said, you have people watch you sometimes for very long periods of time. I mean, I know Amanda was talking about the other day today I was talking about somebody who's been following her since, March of 2017 or something. And following up is key. And I just went to anybody, anytime that, of course, I'm, keeping note of who I talk to and who's interested. But I also on Instagram, I flag messages. So if I had people who I talked to last month who were interested, or the month before, I just went in there and I just shot them a message. I went to their page, I showed them some love, commented on a picture, like 3 other pictures, and then shot them a message and just said, hey, I just wanted to check in, see how everything is going, how you're doing. I saw you got a dog or whatever. Like I connect with them on something that they're sharing on their social media. I wanted to follow up and see if you were still interested in joining my accountability group or my Fit Bod Squad. I have a new group opening enrollment for September. I have some great sales going on right now. Are you still interested in joining us? We would love to have you join our community. Let me know either way. Hope all is well. Like it's simple as that, because those people are still watching you every day. So they're thinking about it, but maybe they just haven't pulled the trigger. That is why also it's important to make sure you're messaging people every day so you have people to follow up with. But following up was something that I used to do very well, and I just haven't lately. But I just crushed it today with my follow-ups, and I have more to do. Are there any questions or takeaways on what he said that you're like, I should do that, or okay, I'm not messaging enough people?
I've never thought to do the green light thing.
I was just going to say that, the green light.
I never even thought of that. I always have like a whole bunch of green lights.
I know.
So
it's not fun. And like Facebook and I mean Instagram shows you too, like who's active.
Yeah.
So I just shared the video in our team page group, Crush It Fitness. That's Jamie and Kim's Fitzpatrick's team name. The Facebook green light training, I think it's like 6 minutes long. So you definitely can go check that out. But they are people who are not afraid to go for no. Like Kim is the #1 coach in Canada. He was in the top 10. They're not afraid of no's. And she shares her freaking story all the time. She's live on Instagram all the time. After she does her personal development, she goes live and she shares from her heart. And I know that's like when I listen to personal development or I listen to a video that like pump me up, I'm like, I have all the feels. That's what she does. And she goes live and she connects with those people who are like, oh my God, I feel like the same way as you. So when you are on that high, I recommend writing up a post or going live and sharing that and connecting with your people. But the green lighting thing, that was the other thing that was like, duh. Like, makes sense. So you guys can go watch that video that I just shared in the team page as well. Anybody else?
I liked how he talked about asking people for referrals.
Yep.
Rather than possibly offending someone, like.
Yeah. And that could be like just random people that maybe follow you, like watch your stories, or people who like your post, or people you've talked to in the past that it's like, I know you said you're not ready right now, but do you know of anybody who would be interested in joining my group who could really use this health and fitness journey and support and accountability group? Because people who talk to their friends and their family who are honest with them are like, I need to lose some weight, or I've been feeling a certain way. I've gotten referrals without even asking for them. And I'm like, okay, now what if I actually ask for them? Like people all the time will be like, hey, I have a friend who's reaching out to you. Or I have old coaches who quit who's like, I have somebody who's interested in Beachbody. Like I'm going to have them message you. So that's also a great way to ask for referrals.
Can I also just add one thing into this? Like when we're asking people and inviting, just a recommendation is when those people say no or not right now, always leave it as an invitation for you to be able to check back in later. Like, oh, totally understand. I'll check back in with you next month or whatever, like as making it a reason to be contacting them again for it.
Yeah. And also too, like if they are not ready to join like with the whole shebang, you can always offer them the BOD opportunity. And if they're not ready for that, then that's fine. I'll check back in next month. A lot of people who aren't interested like ever, they'll pretty much make it very clear. People who are like, not right now, you get that a lot. I have one girl I was saying on my last call, she told me September 15th. And then she asked if we can get on a call and talk about things. Absolutely. I'm just getting on my team calls right now. I can't do it, right this second, but we can schedule something. And she's like, oh, I would love to learn about coaching. Just because I was talking about getting on a team call with my coaches. So that's why it is really important, after like we're on these calls, sharing that you have this accountability through your team and that you have a team. It's important to just share those little things about coaching. If you're not talking about coaching, if you're not talking about your challenge groups, you're not going to attract people that want to join your challenge groups or want to join your team because they have no idea it exists. So as far as what we need to do, we need to make sure we are messaging people. We need to make sure we are following up with people. We need to make sure we are connecting with people. And you cannot be afraid to ask for referrals. You just can't. You want to hit Success Club. This business is a non-negotiable. If you're hitting Success Club is non-negotiable, then you have to make it happen. Can't do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Offering an incentive, same kind of thing. If you still want to offer, if you have, the $10 promo codes, like that's something Beachbody has never done before. Take advantage of them.
Sorry to interrupt you because I know I'll forget. I don't know if you guys read this or Jenna, I don't know if you even realize this because I recently realized this, but if you guys still have 3 promo codes.
I was going to say this.
And you don't use this month. What?
My shit's breaking up.
What? Wait, what? What did you say? Next month. You're not going to have waiting for you to talk. I was like, what are you doing? And because if you don't.
I'm gonna fucking kill him.
She's not even freezing on it, so it looks like she's just looking at us.
You guys are all freezing on me. And literally about the promo codes, I was just gonna say that. If you don't use them, they're gone. And if you don't use them this month, you don't get any next month. That's so weird. But you were like, slow motion.
So what, we have to use all of them this month? So
if you use 1, you get 1 next month. If you use 2, you get 2 next month. If you use all 3, you get 3 next month. If you use 0, you get none next month.
And if you have coaches who, from this month, aren't using them, you can use their promo codes. I've been using Logan's.
Okay.
So, I can take any of my discount coaches and be like, hey, can you send me your promo codes?
And I know, Jenna, I think I don't know who else, but you called to get more, right? In August?
Or what?
Did you call corporate to get more codes?
No, we all got more for August.
When was the first month we got them? July or August?
July. Because
I was watching some coaches' stories and they said that they had in 1 month they had gotten 3 more. They called.
Probably just doing, that was probably a FOMO kind of thing. Probably.
No, it was
it was took it from their husband's account or something.
Yeah.
No, it was a top notch. It was McClellan.
She was probably making something up.
Oh.
Because you can't just call Beachbody and be like, hey, give me 3 promo codes.
Well, I didn't know if it's more money in Beachbody's pocket, so I figured.
No, she probably literally just made that up.
Okay.
Because
I was like,
she probably, if you have multiple business centers too, like.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Open up another business center. So like each of her business centers gets 3 promo codes.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
So, promo $10 off is $10 off. But you guys need to go out there and make it like promo. Don't miss out. If you join me this month, you get $10 off. Get my amazing group. Go live. Talk about it. Let people feel your energy. Because people don't want to join people that are like, you want to join my accountability group? Like, no. Why would I want to join your accountability group? You sound like a miserable human being. Like, think about it. I was going to say something, but I'm just not. It has nothing to do with anybody on this call. It has to do with somebody else who is a miserable person. Who people want to be around happy, positive people. So make sure no matter, like, everybody's happy is different, and that's totally fine. But just make sure you are bringing that energy to your follow. We need to take a picture. Are there any other questions? So, like Amanda shared, I know Irene shared, I shared, I have my list of 20 people. I'm most likely going to message some more tonight. Start sharing this to hold you accountable. Send it in the chat. If we don't see it, you haven't messaged anybody in our eyes. We want to hold you accountable to messaging people. And if you're struggling with crafting a message, we were talking about this in the last call, you want it to sound like you. Like I said, read a message to your husband or your mom or your friend and be like, how does this, like if I was messaging you and you didn't know who I was, how would this sound? So Amanda shared her message last week. I kind of tweaked my intro. I have different messages for different people. So if you are new to following me, if I followed you and you followed me back, or if you're following me and I followed you back, my message has, it's a little bit longer, but it's not, I'm a Beachbody coach. I have a challenge group. If you're ever interested, let me know. It's literally like, I see we're new to following each other. I kind of use like what Amanda used, but then I introduced myself. I said, my name is Jenna and I'm born and raised in New Jersey, but we're moving to the Outer Banks, North Carolina next month. And I did dots. I'm a fur mom to 2 dogs, a golden retriever and chihuahua, 3 cats that drive me nuts like a laughing, crying face. I'm a wife to my husband and best friend, Logan. We both play softball and are super competitive. I'm an online health and fitness coach and mentor other women to build an online health and fitness business. So right there and then, they know I'm a coach and they know I'm building a business. So I don't have to be like, are you interested? Because if they are, they'll most likely say something. And I said, I'm also obsessed with headbands and shopping. You can't get me off a dance floor, and I love pizza and a cocktail from time to time with like the squinty, like laughing face. So I look forward to getting to know you and love to know what made you follow me. Literally, one girl sent me back a longer message than that. It was like a book telling me about herself. Oh, that's what I messaged to, I send to people who are new to following me. Amanda sent a simple message today that I tried it out for 2 people. So like these were people who we weren't following, but we found through like a hashtag or through a page that looked like somebody who we would want to follow. And it was literally simple as, hey girl, sending some love your way, hoping you'll do the same. Enjoy your day, Insta friend. Somebody we followed, we liked their stuff. We just sent them a message. And somebody messaged her back and was like, what'd she say? Like, thanks so much. Like, I'm going to reach out to you about portion control.
Yeah, she was like, hey, thanks so much. I'm going to reach out to you about portion control because in my bio, it says that I'm a certified portion control master coach.
Yep. In your bio or in your message? In your bio, right?
In my bio. So
that's the other thing. Make sure your Instagram is public and so people can see it. So if you shoot them a message, they might not actually see it. But it, like mine says, helping women overcome life obstacles, and it has them a leader of Team Anchored by Fitness, creator of Fit Bod Squad. But I also can see like I'm married, I have a dog, I love pizza, coffee. They can kind of see that in the emojis, New Jersey, North Carolina. So people get an idea of who you are when they look at your Instagram. If they kind of are like, I don't know, not really a cat person, they might not want to follow you. It's something, stupid, whatever, they're not your people. But just make sure like your bio, your picture, it's welcoming. You can see your face, you're smiling, you're happy, and you're somebody that somebody wants to follow. Okay, great, awesome, grand, super. Been drinking my coffee since like 12 o'clock this afternoon. All right, let's take a picture. Everybody's human. Hey, Kaden. Smile, Kaden. All right, guys. They're so funny. So smiley. All right. I will post that in the page. All right, guys. Well, if there's no questions, I will let you guys go and get to your work.
I have a question, or we could talk when we have our one-on-one. The way I keep track of people, I guess, is not working because I don't write it down. I used to take screenshots of it and then with intentions of writing it down. Yeah, well, that's because like I'm trying to get it done and like you know.
Yeah.
I know I have to do it on my power hour, so I've been working on that. But like, would anyone recommend or tell me like what
on Instagram? I flag people.
Okay.
So like you
I'll
just
look at that. I've never seen the flag.
You like
How do you do that?
When you go into, I mean, you have to have like I think you have to have a business or a creator page, but you go to like like somebody's Instagram message and you slide it to the left, and I click more, and it'll say flag, or it'll say flag right there. Or you can
what does the flag do?
The message. It just puts them into a flag folder. So anybody who I know I need to follow up with, it's flagged.
And then you can take them out, obviously.
Yeah. Write it down when I'm by my notepad. Yeah. Okay.
Somebody who I'm like literally talking to or is interested in coaching or a challenge group, I'll keep them flagged. And I don't ever open a message intentionally, unless I'm ready to respond right then and there.
And so. Amy, you can also just do a notes on your phone instead of screenshotting it. Just like
but then I have to type out the name still.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like because I like to write the first and last name, and then what social media, and then what their actual thing is, and then if I have time, sometimes I'll like leave a note just so that way when I add it to my streak, I have the information there.
Right.
But I think I'm creating more work.
You are.
Yeah.
Instead of actually talking to the people and figuring out how you can help them, you're worrying about how you can track them. Literally just write it down.
Okay.
And be done with it.
Flag and then write it down. That helps.
And then I write like, okay, this was a follow-up, or this was my intro message. And like a few people today who I sent an intro message to, I also asked them if they've ever been interested or, heard about coaching. So a few people were coach invites. So I wrote intro, then / invited to coaching.
Yeah, because I could totally do that then while I'm drinking my Energize in the morning before we press play. Like,
yeah.
Because when I'm doing it, I'm like, I gotta.
Yeah. Or if you send a message like on Facebook, then just mark it as unread and then go back and then write it down later. That's what I do.
The hell?
Kidding.
He has sensory processing. Just ignore that. I didn't even hear it, and you guys did.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you all implement that into these last few months of the last few days of the month. So we are heading into September, into the basic pumpkin month. And Pumpkin Shakeology is coming out on the 3rd. I already said that 500 times.
And the mocha.
And when's the peppermint mocha coming? Do we know? We forget.
I think it's coming out the same time, isn't it? Or no. November.
No, it is November. All right. This dog is crazy. I'll let you guys go. Have a good night, guys.
You too.
Bye. Bye.